God, Christmas is gone already. My guests are waiting in the background. We are rearing to go. We've got loads to talk about. So, with further ado, let's get on. The one and only Jane Kelly.
Just scratching my nose. Just doing a Tony O'Neill.
And me as allotment.
Hey.
And the ultimate gardener, Emmanuele. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'll just do the formalities and say hello to everyone in the chat. Well, I'll try and say hello to quite a few anyway. So, hi, Siggy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Robin.
Hey.
Hang on. Ignore me. I'm telling you all not to have it in the background, and I've got it in the background. Hello, Kerry, dog in the plot. Hi, Jamie's allotment garden. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Nicola. Hi, Sharon. Annie, nice to see you on. Ruth, Lamia, Terry. Hi, Linda, Siggy. So I'm the right pair plot. There's so many on it. I can't say hello to all. Addy, lovely to see you on. Locke, as always. We'll just put you on the screen. Hi, Locke, my favourite person in the whole world. There's nice fun off him. Jane Kelly's on, Locke. No, nice to see you all on anyway. Hope you all had. Did you all have a nice Christmas? I'm asking you lot in the group and also people on the live. Did you all have a nice Christmas?
Yeah.
Yes. Jane?
Mm-hmm. It was tiring. It was very tiring.
Oh.
And to be honest, it's a bit bar humbug of me, I know, but really nice to see everyone. But
so thanks for coming. Jane, how did you both get on with your Christmas anyway?
Yeah, just tired though. Tired. Looking forward to the new year now, So yeah. I mean, I didn't dress up as an elf or a snowman or anything like that, Danny, because I'm a grown-up.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Jane. I have no idea.
Oh, dear. Oh, there we go. That was
none at all. I had so many people ask what I was. Some people thought I was a penguin.
I thought you were a penguin.
Yeah. Someone asked, was I a lollipop in my Instagram? No. But yeah, I've done it now. Lost any form of reputation that I had.
You did.
None. I didn't have any.
It was good. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Amir, I'm glad. Well, Amir was the only one who liked it anyway. So yeah, we had a bit of fun anyway. So are we all ready for next year? Like, are we all ready?
Yes.
Yes. Emmanuele, yours is going to be a little bit different to ours, isn't it? So we'll explain that in a bit later as well, because obviously you're across the pond from us a bit, but we can explain. You can explain more as well. But we'll show you your beautiful growing spaces and how talented you are. And you'll actually put us all to shame, Jane. Honestly, I mean, you'll put us to shame.
I know.
For someone who's 16 years of age, put us to shame.
Oh no.
Easy.
Jane, you wait and see, honestly. So you've all had a good Christmas. Have we all sown have you sown your onions? I'm not asking Jane because she hasn't put her garlic in yet. Still. I mean, have you?
I've got mine in. Because I'm not doing. I said I would not do sets because there's just no point, to be honest. They always bolt for me, especially the red. So I've done Bedfordshire Champion for a white.
Yeah.
And Isabella Rose or something, which is like a pink. Well, I don't know what it is with me and pink this year, but it's a mild red onion, like a pink onion.
Yeah. What does it go quite? Is it quite a bulb onion, or is it more like a shallot?
A little bit bigger than a shallot, but but less pungent than like a red, the usual red times. Yeah.
I think I did the red Florence last year, and they were quite similar. But I actually went to the plot when I did a Christmas harvest, and they start off like spring onions, and then they bulb right up now, and they're like a big chunky shallot, and they're just hanging on the plot.
They're good. They are. I would.
Wow.
Want to grow red Florence. They're really lovely onion. But there's quite a few people saying that sets bolt for them too. But
yeah,
I heard Jessie talking about one called Pink Panther.
Yeah.
That's one that she can really rely on. I think it's a set that doesn't bolt, because red are so susceptible to bolting. So I might try and get hold of some of those this year.
I wrote it down to try and look for some as well. But I've ordered so much stuff. But I've done my seed order. I'm not ordering any more. Perhaps those Pink Panther, but I'm not ordering any more. It was done. I wrote a list. And
until when? Until when? Come
until
on.
January, when I saw the holly tunnel out, and then I'll be like, right, I've got all these module trays empty, and I could probably fill them up with something.
Yeah.
But and I think everyone does the same with that, though. They try and be gardeners. Honestly, we got no willpower at all. We got plenty of hope, but no willpower. You can't say no to an extra courgette plant that someone gives you, can you? You don't want it. You've got 6 your own, but you still give them away. Yeah. Linda and Cheryl are probably watching this now, thinking, look at all the courgette plants he's given. I try and give them away. I've decided I'm not sowing any courgettes this year, even though I did buy the seed. But I've decided since that I'm not growing any courgettes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for someone to give me a plant.
But what if they don't?
They will. Ooh.
But what if you need backup, Danny? I always say this every year. You need that backup. Even if it's just one. Because it would be typical if nobody gave you one this year. And I would advise nobody to give you one this year.
Well, I wouldn't mind, because how many courgette? Before I gardened, I never bought a courgette ever. Never once. I never thought, I better pop and get a courgette. Never. I think they brainwash us into saying that they love a courgette as much as we really don't. They're just because they're prolific growers. I think that's what it is.
Really, they work perfectly in cooking when they're but I don't like them when they get too big.
No. The chickens do, though. I tend to grow them so that they go quite bulky for them as well. But I did buy, I'm going back to my original plans that I had for my first plot. And I had such a lovely garden where things were more grown for colour as well, even though I did that on the fig and olive. But I bought the runner beans that Malcolm King as well always, I put his name on it as well, that he always recommended. So I bought them from Real Seeds, and I also got the stringless Emergo, which are white ones. So I'm just gonna literally plant them all together, and I'm gonna have all my runner beans are all gonna be white and red together in the bean canes this year. So and also Kerry Dog in the Plot, she I seen her ocker harvest, and then I said on the live I wasn't going to buy them, and I wasn't buying ocker at that price, and then I ended up buying all 4 varieties, and this was about probably £38 or something after postage. For ocker, and I don't even know if, and then I read that it's like a water chestnut, and I blooming hate them things. So I just bought 40 quid's worth of water chestnuts that I take out with my Chinese.
There we go.
But I like the look of them. I think they'll look good growing.
What about though? If you're not going to grow courgette, so you say, why don't you do some of the other summer squash? Because those patty pans are beautiful and they're climbing. So you've got the decorative side, and we know you like your decorative bits and bobs going on. So you could have them growing up your arch.
Yeah. Now, I have actually decided to put a few more arches up this year for next year. I mean, like I need enough. You know what I mean? I got about 7 or 8 now. But you can put them all together and make a viaduct on my plot. But I have decided I've got a few more that I'm going to put up for things that you say. I'm going to do a lot more. I didn't consider patty pans, and I have got some seed that I think Ali sent me last year.
Yeah.
So I might do those.
Yeah. I might. Vibe.
I've got a question here that Linda's sending me, so I'm just gonna pop it here so I remember. But I think I'm gonna try and be a bit more stricter. What about you lot? Do you try and stick to a plan? Jane, what's your actual plan on there? Like, how do you garden? Do you garden with a plan, or do you think whatever's...
I do a lovely plan around about the middle of January when I'm a bit bored and you can't do anything. I get the coloured pencils out. I draw it. I can't be doing the ones you do on the computer. And I look at it and I really enjoy it and I'm very proud of it. And then I don't use it at all. Just in case. It's just...
I had one of those digital ones once, and it all looked good. I went over there and measured everything, and I put it all on the plan, and it looked better than in real life. But it looked like my plot was on The Simpsons, honestly. But I didn't use it once it went
No.
on there. I didn't use it.
It's just something to pass the time before you get out there and growing, you know. But I did the first few years, I used to do a spreadsheet of what I had when they were sown, you know, and when planted out and harvested. But again, once you're in the middle of the season, unless you're really good and you really discipline yourself, I don't tend to do it. And even things like, we tend to know where the beans are going to go. We'll have a rough idea. We'll say potatoes will go there, roughly there. And then anything within that vegetable type gets grown on that plot. So there's a rough idea, but no plan. Plans are made.
Yeah,
You know.
just don't stick to a plan. Just literally, like, I'll have a list of the sort of staples, the things that I'll always grow.
Yeah.
And then everything else, I just trial and just in. Like this year, I had a really good success with melons, and I'm definitely going to do that again. Even though I've got a really small greenhouse, I wish I had like a polytunnel or something. But even a small greenhouse,
What's
I mean, I was going to ask you about those melons, because what variety did you say that was?
It was a variety called Malaga.
Oh, it looks good. You can almost tell that just by looking at it.
Yeah, it was so sweet, and really quite large fruit as well. So I was expecting them to be quite tiny because I didn't think they'll get very big, but they got quite big as well, and they were so sweet. So definitely be doing that again. They go a bit crazy though, like inside the greenhouse, they just spread everywhere. I put a little arch in the greenhouse and then sort of grow over the arch, but they do get a bit crazy. But the other one was watermelon. And they're okay because they just literally just creep on the ground, but they don't get very. So their leaves were really small. I think it was called Sugar Baby.
Oh,
Yeah. And they were nice, really nice as well. So definitely going to try that this year.
So Emmanuele, where you are, I know you were going to talk about this, Danny, but surely you've got perfect melon growing environment.
Amazing.
Oh, he has, honestly.
Oh, come on, you're going to make us all.
I think we've got it. Now,
share some of your
this is terrible because I don't actually know if these are melons I'm showing now, Emmanuele, because some of these things on here, I think you've got from Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, honestly. But I'll show you the picture. Tell me if this is a melon first, right? Is this a melon? Yeah. No, that one's not, sorry. That's not right. That
looks like a guava or something. Oh,
what's this one? Ooh. What is this?
A sapodilla.
A what?
A sapodilla.
Okay.
Is this the way to sapodilla?
That's incredible. So what's that like then, Emmanuele? Is it melony? Is it kiwi-ish?
Yeah,
not at all. It's its own type of fruit. Like at the farm in the nursery I run, we have lots of these cool fruit vegetables or fruit trees that I don't even know of. I haven't even tasted these yet. But they have these growing over there. It's a type of, I almost want to call it like a sapote almost.
Okay.
I know some people love it, some people hate it.
Hang on, what's a sapote?
It's something similar to what you guys saw.
Not a potato.
No.
No.
The first fruit you showed was a papaya.
That's
okay.
That's what I was going to ask, was it?
The size of them, though. That's crazy. Look
and that's nothing compared to our other ones. Our other ones are like 3 times bigger than that.
Wow.
We'd be lucky to get a golf ball out of one of those. So, Emmanuele, you work in a nursery as well, right?
Yes, I run a nursery.
Okay.
Is this the picture that you showed me earlier on?
So that photo I sent you, that one's one of the walkways we have at the nursery, as one of our places. So that one is one of my personal favorites. I always take people around there to show them around that area.
Okay. Have you got a picture down? Can't find it, can you?
Did it not come up?
No.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Did it?
It did for me.
No.
Jane, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, that's beautiful.
No, I had a picture similar to that of the fig and olive plot. That was pretty much. I went.
Hey, that's something.
The amount of people that used to message me, right, and saying, "Where are you?" And I think I'm in Wales, but it was that palm, the banana palm. It was
the banana. Yeah, it completely.
It threw everyone, especially with all the sweet peas in the background. Honestly, it looked. I think it looked too tropical, but I'm going to keep it anyway. Let's answer a few questions before we get too ahead of ourselves. So, this one's for you, Emmanuele. What is Emmanuele growing? What will you be growing in your next season, Emmanuele?
Yeah.
Well, I already started my season about a month ago. But right now, what I planted in my garden was a lot. I planted an entire area of bush beans. I'm getting ready to plant corn. I'm getting ready to plant fava beans. Like, I like to grow most of the legumes because they're easier to grow down here. Anything like the patty pan squash, like I've heard you guys mention, I've tried over and over again, and I keep failing. Any type of squash I can't do because they get easily diseased down here. So it's certain things we can grow, although like Florida has a huge long season and we could grow over 5,000 varieties of fruit trees all year round. It is hard when it comes to those basic like fruits or vegetables because those are usually knocked off completely.
Yeah.
Anything like the coconuts or the bananas or the papayas you guys saw or ice cream beans, miracle berries, from all of that we can plant here and they'll produce all year round. But
I never we saying these names, mine, like we know a miracle berry.
We just go.
Oh, you know that miracle. Let me tell you, every berry we have is a blooming miracle. Let me tell you.
Miracle berry is
they're all miracle berries.
Pandemic. The fruit was used during a pandemic.
Wow.
The miracle berry, because it brought the sense of taste to lots of people who lost it when they had COVID.
Well,
and it's such a weird.
We didn't get that memo. I still can't taste corned beef.
That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. So is it very, very humid, Emmanuele?
Yes.
Silly question.
Very humid.
Yeah, so that's
unbearably humid.
Right. Okay. And that's why
I noticed in your last video though, Emmanuele, you've started doing you've done a bit of an orchard now, what we call an orchard, like a fruit tree garden, right?
Oh, that kind of fell into like.
This is a good host to me. Like I'm researching and everything.
That was a kind of like a project that kind of came out of nowhere. Because in the nursery, I'm able to bring whatever fruit trees I want or desire. Hence, at the nursery, we have.
Does your boss agree to this, or?
Oh yeah.
Well, just said, just steal the stock.
Steal the stock. All of her area. She's my business partner. We both kind of run the nursery together. But it was like about a year ago. I was the one designing and landscaping her over 2-acre land. I was in charge of running and designing everything. It was just pure grassland. So that photo you saw of that walkway wasn't there. It was just pure grass.
Oh, wow.
And so over time, we developed these landscapes to both fit 2 criteria. One, that they're able to be planted and left alone so they're not like babied around. And 2, that you can eat it, whether it be the leaves, the roots, the fruit it produces, the flowers. The main purpose of us doing this was edible landscaping. That's what we try to do. But that's why you see all these weird fruits, because you don't grow them all over the place. But the orchard, the 5 trees that came to me, someone was like, hey, I got leftover stock. You want them? I was like, they can't grow here. But they're like, we could do it as an experiment. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it out.
And you'll be producing your own little microclimates, won't you? Each time you develop a new area, that'll change the temperature and the micro,
The one thing
sorry.
Go on.
Can you grow apples and pears there? Because I was thinking those. No.
We cannot grow any of that.
That's quite reassuring, isn't it? That's quite.
What we can grow is like mangoes.
Well, we can grow apples.
Yeah.
What we can grow is something called rose apples, which is nothing at all like apples. If not, it's a type of sapote, which is a different type of fruit that
you need a miracle apple.
Yeah.
Someone has also said, Emmanuele, while we're on it as well, is how sweet is the miracle berry?
It's very sweet. And something that is so weird about it is when you eat the fruit within a span of like 15 to 20 minutes, anything you eat will be sweet, whether it be salty, sugary, bland, everything will become sweet.
It's like you're trying to sell this to us now, mind.
No.
I'm not quite sure about this miracle berry. It sounds too good to be true.
I didn't even know it did this until I ate the berry. I was like, oh, it's really sweet. It's good, until like I drank water and I was like, why is this water hella sweet? And then I ate like rice and it was too sweet for me.
Is it that plant called stevia?
No, that's a type of.
But that's similar. It's got that very, very sweet, and it's however many thousand times sweeter than sugar.
Emmanuele, is it this fruit here?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your miracle berries. That's
Yes.
really good. Yeah.
It looks good as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is good. It's just I don't think I'd be eating every fruit that comes off of it because it produces hundreds of them at a time, and I'm not trying to eat all of that.
Yeah.
Would you have
so
to
not
avoid
only are
it if
they
you're like a
not only are they a
diabetic?
miracle fruit and Mia, they produce hundreds of thousands of them. We're sick to death of them, and they make everything taste so sweet. They sound horrible. I just
That's
want to
good.
taste corned
It's
beef.
interesting what grows well for you, and yet you would think with your climate you could grow everything. But you know the fact that
Yeah.
you must have good tomatoes.
Oh yes, tomatoes we do phenomenal. Something I wish I could grow is like potatoes, garlic, onions. Those are like something I can't do because we need a cold period of time in order to actually grow them. And I'm not trying to stick random garlic bulbs in the fridge for 3 months.
Yeah.
Let alone like anything.
Why Jane does?
No, I would do such a thing. I haven't, but I am thinking of it because it is getting a bit late now. So.
You can have Jane. I don't just eat them. So someone said about the ochre that they don't taste like water chestnut, but so hopefully, fingers crossed.
But someone artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke.
Well, do you know what as per usual, I got tempted by the colours. They look like little grubs.
Yeah.
They look like cute. They look like good looking grubs.
Okay.
So they look a bit like this.
Oh.
I look like a mini carrot.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
A mini mouldy carrot.
Yeah, that's just the dirt. That they sent me some free Welsh dirt with it as well, which I thought was really. But some of them, I bought every color. I don't know why, but I did, and
that reminds me of turmeric.
Yeah, some of them are like bright orange, but there is some like with speckles on and things like that. So I got tempted as well, but I stand by my action, and it is what it is.
I never knew
those for Instagram.
Blue turmeric.
That's exactly why I bought them, Mia, for a bloody picture. Someone has said, has anyone grown loofahs? We tried but failed. So I tried, I failed as well because you probably grow them like next to the miracle berries, Emmanuele, but to us,
yeah, they grow too big.
You got to start them honestly January, and then
I couldn't. Yeah,
they take so long to grow, and you got to keep them inside and make sure that they're so warm, and it's a bit like having a runner bean plant, isn't it? Because it spirals off, but
I still have loofah to this day, and I grew it about a year ago.
Oh wow! What you mean dried out, and are you able to use it?
Yeah.
Wow, because that was my dream, was I'd be able to grow something that I could then use, but yeah, couldn't do it. Maybe I should try again. Maybe we should
eat it, but I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
No. Someone else have also asked, what are asparagus peas? Now, I actually bought some of these because I think they look. I don't want to eat them. I'll try them perhaps. But has anyone else ever grown asparagus peas? They oh God, I have not got a picture here of them, but they are they're so beautiful. I'll try and find one quickly so I can. But I was tempted by the picture of the peas. Let's see if I can quickly ground, but they look lovely. They remind me of the color of like a deep rose color, and they're just like sweet peas, but they just I fell in love with the color. So I'm hoping that most of my plot is going to be like this red. Last year was more pinks and whites and blues and things, but this year I'm hoping that it's going to be quite a lot of red. Maybe I should get some of those miracle berries in. They'd be handy.
Yeah.
These. That's not really giving it much justice. But they're really deep peas.
That's nice.
That is.
Isn't they lovely?
Yeah.
I might just grow them for the flowers.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
I had a really deep, like sort of maroon type sweet pea last year, and that was really nice with very big flowers. I think it was a French name like Beaujolais or something like that. That was really nice. Really nice.
Well, I had Kent blue peas sent to me by Terry King, and I looked after them. I sent them to a lot of YouTube gardeners, a little bits of my stock. And Jane Kelly, how did they get on, Jane?
I can't remember.
See?
There were two sorts. There was Kent blue, and what was the other one?
And I sent you.
One did brilliantly well.
I sent you They were the ones that were found. King Tut peas.
King Tut did really well. Kent Blue, not so good. Yeah, yeah.
But luckily, I still got some left off Terry King, so I'm lucky I got some to go. They are the most beautiful sweet pea ever. You can eat them as well. Nice. You can eat them like a mange tout sort of thing, but I didn't. I just kept them for seed, and I'm hoping to do again. But I had really terrible pea moth on that particular plant, and they decimated them, which was a shame. But luckily, I know other gardeners that I sent to as well. They've saved a few seeds, so hopefully they'll carry on. But yeah, they're a beautiful flower. Amir, I'll try and send you a couple because you'll really. They're like a royal blue mixed with white.
Oh, that sweet sounds pea. Nice. Yeah,
they're really nice.
If you're looking for something red or almost maroon, I would probably recommend red roselle.
Is that like a sweet? Is that like a sweet pea?
No, it's a type of hibiscus.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
I have the packet here. It's weird.
Oh, look at that! That's
well, cool. you could miracle post them to me.
At the farm, we grew these, and they're so pretty. The flowers are breathtaking, and it's so cool how any type of hibiscus tea or anything that calls for hibiscus is made out of this. And so I wanted to grow it. I'm terribly failing at it, but over there at the farm that we grew them, we grew so much, and we got like buckets and buckets full of red roselle to harvest and use.
So you harvest the petals, you harvest the flowers. Yeah.
When the flowers are finished, it looks so weird because the calyx puffs up, and so it looks like almost like a balloon. Right. And when it gets really big, you only take the outer part where it's connected to the seed.
Yeah.
And that's what you use.
Right. Okay.
Annie's just said to me, Danny, I sent you some Kent Blue seeds in November. I actually have volunteered. You did as well. So I've actually got a few extras as well. So Annie, you are actually right. I've got an envelope here with your name on, and there is some Kent Blue peas that you saved in there as well. So that's actually made me feel better because I didn't know if I had enough for both plots. But so thank you so much for sending me those. You actually did do that. So thank you. Hope you have. I was wondering if they were asking someone else. I hope they say feeling better.
Tony's not well. Tony's not well.
Yeah.
And
he's Oh, okay. I went. I muted myself. I said Tony's just looking for the sympathy, I expect.
Give the man some sympathies, not well.
Yeah.
You get better soon, Tony.
So let's do a little let's explain really basically why you're all here. So we've obviously discussed like growing on in the season and everything else, but Emmanuele, we kind of met when I first started my channel, didn't we? Like I don't actually know how you came about, but I remember I was trying to get to 1,000 subscribers back then, wasn't I? And you was one of the ones who pushed my channel to get to the 1,000 subscribers. And I always remember that that seems like forever ago now. And yeah, it's so funny. I was like, we're still here, Emmanuele. We're still plodding on.
Yeah. It's crazy because I believe it was probably more than a year ago that I reached out to you because I was out looking for certain gardeners who I thought or I knew that had great potential, and I just wanted to collaborate with them. That's what I've been doing. If there's this kid who was in New Zealand as well, his name is, I have to go back, Eden. His name is Eden. And I met him when he was only in his few subscribers, not even at 100 yet. And I saw he had a really good content, and he's the same age as me. And now he's pushed well over 10,000 subscribers. Wow. And so that is amazing.
Yeah.
Don't you start Jane Kelly off.
It's been 50 long years.
Honest to God, she's seen Jesus come and go on that a lot, man. Jesus, give me a few followers.
Just a few followers, please.
Yeah, I was. So if anyone's seen, I actually was on a chat. I think it was in maybe June time, Emmanuele, or something like that. Was it on your channel? It was something like that.
Oh
yeah. Oh God.
Oh, I've been told there's quite a few people aren't very well. So there's lots of get well wishes needed. So get well to everybody who needs to get well.
Oh, so
in April.
You all need to go and get some miracle berries. That's what you need.
That's
We
true.
grew some very weird stuff. Without even realizing, I'm growing toilet paper. Exactly, Danny. Like I thought it was a type of oregano because it looks like Cuban oregano. But then I told my business partner because
We say oregano, but
we're planning to do an online shop to sell some of our plants online. And I told her, what type of oregano is this? I'm like, she was like, I don't know. That don't look like oregano to me. And so I searched it up and it said toilet paper plant. And then I was like, oh, wait, I forgot we did grow that one year. And I completely forgot about
so
that.
you can grow.
Yes.
Is it just big leaves?
It's
Where?
a leaf. So it's like a fuzzy, like soft leaf. Almost like oregano. It's like
Sounds good.
quite big. And then that's what they use to, you know.
Oh, that does make sense. Thanks for lowering the tone, Emmanuele. Thanks for coming.
You know, isn't that brilliant though? I've never heard of that. That is so
That's amazing.
good.
Nice and plush like Andrax.
Yeah. Oh, Jane.
Rated edges.
Jane.
I've seen what Locke's done, Danny.
Thank you so
much. Mention it. I'm not even going to mention it. Locke. Oh.
Oh, he's a good then. Go on, Tony. Get your wallet out, Tony.
You'll be lucky. Yeah.
I'm a very lucky person. Yeah, so we all had like Amia, you had a nice Christmas video out as well, didn't you? I seen. But
yeah. After that video, I finally got my garlic out. So
you look very inquisitive there. You've officially turned into a YouTuber by doing these poses.
Yes.
Wait.
I did one as well for the first time. Not like that though. I did it for the fruit trees.
Did anyone see mine? I went over the top this year. Honestly, I was dancing on there. I was walking.
Oh yeah, definitely saw the moves. Yeah.
Good Lord! If you haven't seen my video, I'm gonna plug it because it's my channel. Yeah, it was. I don't know what came over to me. I was over there filming. I was in I was in a jolly mood, and I don't know what. I honestly, when I watch it back, I thought it was really fun. But I thought if anyone else see me on the plot, they think, what is going on here?
I think it's a bit of Christmas hysteria. I think late nights, slightly too much. It's like imbibing, and you just sort of lost it. And that was a bit too much of that. Yeah, no, but in a good way, in a very festive way.
I even had the snow. Brilliant.
I even added snow. I was, I went all out with it. I made a wreath. But yeah, it was. And Jane, I also was on your channel. Was it this month?
It was a couple of weeks ago now.
But it was still in December.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And if you haven't seen that, pop over and you'll find out what Danny's end game is.
And you'll be shocked.
Which is interesting. Because I don't know if you've announced it, have you, anywhere else?
No, I'm not. I'll lose all my followers. No, I won't. I did think that. I thought, what if nobody wants to watch me now?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, it's been good fun. That series has been really good fun to do. So, still going. It's not my channel, but I'm plugging it. Still going.
Yeah, so if you haven't, go over to Jane's channel and watch that video. Give her a subscribe, for Christ's sake.
Please.
Yeah, you're doing all right, Jane. You're doing all right. I personally, I'm so excited for next year. Like I was gonna say I was gonna calm down a little bit, but no, you get that thing, don't you? Once Christmas is over, you're rearing to go already. I'm already thinking, right, polytunnel needs to be sorted next. I need to clean all my module trays. And the list goes on and on and on about things you got to do. But yeah, I don't know. What are we like, eh? Crazy people.
Well, we try to. What's normal? What's normal anyway? That's what I always say.
You wouldn't know, Jane Kelly. I know.
I've got no idea.
Sue McDonald just said, Emmanuele, I've just subscribed to your channel. That's
yes.
Thank you.
Stella have said, Danny, have you found your sock? No, I didn't find my sock, but I did actually.
You got some.
I got quite a few pairs of socks for Christmas, so I'm glad. Emmanuele, I went out over Christmas and I lost the sock, and I don't know where I still to this day don't know where it was. Both boots were on mine, but yeah.
You know what? You might have made someone very happy. They might have needed an odd sock.
I'm getting because they had little corgis on them as well, and they were one of my favourites. So there's a corgi sock out there in Chillies somewhere, blowing around in the wind. I still can't even work out why, but then who knows? Someone just said, "Who wants to be normal anyway?"
That's
Absolutely,
Stephen. Exactly, Stephen. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Am I allowed to read out what Pat's just said, or do you want to put it on the screen? Lovely little Christmas poem there. Nice and festive.
Jane, do you want to read it in Jane, do it in your you know that farmer accent that you do that I love the most. Come on, Jane's really good at accents and things. No. And she does this like combine harvester and I went up the hill. Jane, come on. Jane is a talent of yours.
I'm under pressure. I can't do it. No. But I will read it out. It just says, in days of old when it's automatically coming on now. It's in days of old when nights were bold and toilets weren't invented, they wiped there on a blade of grass and went away contented. I mean, you know,
you could have said it better yourself.
I think that's really nice. Somebody actually also put that, I think it was Stella said, would it be something like mullein, the toilet paper thing? Because that has those very big, fluffy leaves, doesn't it? You know,
could be something similar.
Yeah.
It's fluffy. It's really fluffy.
Yeah.
Danny, my husband is from Tredegar. Sorry about that, love. And sat loving. How have you got internet in Tredegar? And sat loving your accent. Can you give a shout out to Hello, Richie? I'm going to give him a chuckle. Nice to see you on the show, Richie. You if you want to pop over from Tredegar, pop over, son. There you are. Have you? Annie. I haven't even read this. I'm going to put it out. Trust that. Have any of you got a garden and New Year's resolution? Jane, yours is to plant the garlic, I expect.
Sometime before next April. I went on, bless him, Steve over at Green Side Up. I went on a collaboration with him. I think it was the year before last. And it was just tips for the following year. And I said, whatever you do, make sure you write things down. And I've actually written an article on it as well, which isn't out yet. But it's all about keeping tips and how valuable these tips are and everything.
Jane, show them the tip that you got on the front of your screen.
There's several. I'll show you two. Right, okay, I don't know if you can read that.
Stop talking.
That's to remind me to stop talking. And then this one is to remind me to press record. Because I've got several all just remind me. I can't see them because the mic's in the way. But yeah, so last year I was really pleased with myself because I got a 5-year diary. And I thought it's great because I'll be able to see not just what I was doing this time last March, but the same day before. Oh, Mike's bought me a cup of tea.
Hiya, Mike.
Hello.
How was your hand? How was your hands? How was your hands?
All good.
I saw the hands.
All good.
There we go. There's Mike's hands.
Gone back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, so I thought it was a really brilliant idea and I was really excited about it. But much like the plans, if I show you, I mean, that's August, so that should be quite full. January started well, a little bit of stuff, and then just nothing.
And
I didn't keep a note of anything. Took pictures, made videos, but just didn't write anything down. And I've missed that this year. Just looking back, like saying to you now, Danny, about the sort of peas. What sort were they? You know, and I've got nothing to refer back to other than if they're on a video. So my New Year's resolution is to make sure I write down. It won't be everything, but make notes on as much as I possibly can.
You won't do it, Jane.
I won't.
Amia, what about you? What's your New Year's resolution? I reckon I want to see Amia dirty on that allotment. That's what I want to see. He'd go up there with his designer clothes on and his flat cap. He'd go on. He goes home and does a shift in next clearance. He looks immaculate on that plot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ditch the barber jacket then.
No, don't.
Definitely. Do you know I've really been inspired by your pond, and I can't believe I haven't got a wildlife pond on my plot. So that's definitely, and I need to start that soon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My pond is my favourite thing, and it's a shame really that you do tend to push them at the back of the plots and things like that. And I get it because you want them to be a
Yeah.
bit more quieter. You want them to be out the way a little bit, but it is quite sad, really, because it's such a nice area. But I got it next to the shed, and it's just. Jane,
Yeah,
you said you was going to
it's-
sort out your pond as well, didn't you? And
Well, we do. We keep saying it every year, don't we? But again, mosquitoes one thing. Mike suffers really badly if he gets bitten.
yeah,
But also we've got our big black tub thing that's full of water, and it gets loads of frogs in it, and it's about yay high. It's about 18 inches, 2 foot high. So how they get up there, I don't know. I suppose they jump like a frog. But it's got little planking, so it's completely just undecorative, but it gets used.
Sounds lovely. So you're selling it, Jane. You're selling it to me. I remember Gemma. I remember Gemma in the garden. When she built this tank before, and she said, "Oh, it would be a brilliant pond for wildlife." And I'm not joking now. It was like the steps of Weatherspoons going up to their pond. It was she had that many steps going up. She built these little stairs. It was really cute, but I thought no frog is going to be like, "No, I'm out." I think I've got a picture of my pond here. So, oh no, that's one with a pigeon falling in. Well, you get the gist.
That's an amazing picture.
Well, the poor thing fell in, Jane. That's
was it all right?
Yeah, it is lovely. I'm joking. Yeah, it was. For some reason, they're really drawn to that pond. Really, the amount of wildlife I get to my pond now is.
Yeah, when you filmed it, like at the watering hole, and they all just literally came. That was a
cats come down, mice, rats, everything. Everything comes down there, and
is that's interesting. I mean, I'm going off. I'm going off plan a little bit here, but Emmanuele, when we talk about wildlife in the garden, we're saying things like hedgehogs, maybe badgers, the odd fox, birds. What sort of wildlife do you have?
Let me think.
Here we go. Oh, we only have koalas and
koalas. That's weird.
Parrots come in and fly in. Oh, they're such a pest, those parrots. We don't worry about pigeons. He's got macaws.
Yeah.
No, we mainly have like iguanas, snakes.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
those weird reptiles that you can see.
Yeah. Like you had a slow worm.
But again, would you have frogs?
We do have frogs.
Frogs.
Are they poisonous frogs?
I don't know. Probably not. They're just those regular.
I just regular. Yours are very multicolored. Someone just said about hummingbirds. Do you have hummingbirds?
The slightest. Like if we see a hummingbird, it's like a rare sight for us.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, not as rare as it is for me. Lucky if
someone just said, Danny, how's your smallest net in the world? Have you all seen that video where I bought a net off the internet?
It's a cautionary tale.
It's a cautionary tale
about buying online.
Okay, but honestly, God, a borrower could have used it.
It was like a teaspoon.
Hilarious. I don't know. Right, we're keeping on top of the questions. I think, Linda, this is working. I think. Okay. I think so. Robin Miller's just asked, what seeds are we planting in January?
Everything.
Go on.
Everything we could think of. Everything I can think of.
I've done my onions.
Starting.
I've done Zabroon shallots. I've done some chilies. Done some peppers. And then the seed order from Kitchen Garden coming out. These are really tempting me. These Black Moon hybrid.
Ooh, they look nice.
Don't they look good? And then I'm also doing Violet Night aubergines, eggplants for the algorithm eggplant. And I'm also doing a pepper called Popty. Now, there is like a bit of a myth in Wales that the Welsh word for microwave is Popty Ping. It's not.
Popty Ping.
No.
It's not. It's a myth. But I will only grow these because they are called Popty. So yeah. And I've also got one called Cocktail Crush, and I got a feeling that's obviously going to be a Crimson Crush variety, but I'm guessing they're small ones. So I wasn't going to grow none of these, but there's also a new hybrid of the Burlesque as well. So I'm doing that one.
Nice.
So yeah, I swore I wasn't going to do too many, but I am. I am doing quite a lot.
Wow.
I'm going
What
slow
about
on
you,
this
Jane?
starting.
Me.
What are
Chili.
you doing, Jane?
I am gonna get onion seeds in. I've got the I did get a variety called Mammoth Onion when it was at Malvern, but also I met Peter Glazebrook at Malvern, and I don't know if you've heard of him, Amir, but Emmanuele might not have done. He's been alive, I think, for quite a long time, because as far as I can remember, he's won prizes for giant vegetables.
I think I know you, Emma. He's a little bald man.
Yes.
And the onion looks like the
onions
same.
are bigger than his head.
Well, they look like his head.
Well, they do, but if you see pictures of him holding an onion, he looks like he's holding it really close, but it's not. It's just.
I'm thinking he might be a little man, though. He could be a little man.
He's not really. He's got. But
Wow.
he has got.
I've seen the onions, though. Jane, I think that you should aim a bit lower.
Just so anything. So some spring onions, but no. So we've got some of those seeds. I asked him at Malvern because it's really funny. Malvern is one of the big gardening shows, Emmanuele, over here, and he was there by the giant veg. And if you're lucky and you get to him just in time, he'll sell you a packet of his seeds. But unfortunately, on the day he'd run out. So lovely old Terry King, he sent some to me. So we're really looking forward to trying them out. And actually, they'll be the first giant veg we've ever tried to grow. I mean, to be honest, I think Mike's going to do them.
Well,
but you have to build some more.
Yeah. I tried growing those giant swede, and then I end up giving them all away on accident. So for my own competition, I grew giant swede and give them to all the other plot neighbours. So they loved them. So, someone has just said as well, can you grow peppers outdoors? Yeah. Well, I have under like cloches. I go like that mini polytunnel thing, but yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, Mia, what are you going to be sowing for next year? Anything different?
I think I'll definitely do a lot of things that I've done before. Like this year, I did a lot of beefsteak variety tomatoes, and they did really well. We stuffed them. We did so much with them, and then we had just loads, so they were really good. I'd like to try some new tomato varieties, maybe. But other than that, more flowers this year. I'm just going to get more flowers. Yeah, I just love it. Just can't get enough of them. And sometimes, to be honest, what I want to do is do it a bit more like a French garden, where you mix your flowers with your veg. Because when you do it in rows, like, when you plant all your cabbages in rows, and to be honest, I do have a pigeon problem. And although I do cover them, and we do have a sparrowhawk too, so that's handy, to be honest, security. Yeah. But yeah, no, I would like to do that, actually, get some interplant more flowers in with the veg.
Emmanuele, what about you? Will you stop fidgeting, young man? This is a professional life. If you wanted to check your camera, you should have done that when we at the 6 when we come on.
For me, I suck at seed starting.
Really?
I suck at seed starting. If I had the option between getting already a grown plant and seed starting, I would go for the grown plant.
I was going to ask you about this because I've known a little bit of a pattern on your channel about you bringing in these little you call them starters, right? I've noticed this with you, but I will say there is times where I buy starter plants. What do we call them, Amir? We don't call them starters. We call them
plants. Yeah,
they're like plug plants.
Yeah.
And if I have a gap in the bed, I remember once before I felt like I cheated because I bought quite a few different varieties. And I remember someone saying it's not cheating because you still grow in the plant. But
yeah,
you seem to think that you have to grow it from seed, and that's not always the case. There's times where what does people want me to do? Like, do they want me to leave the bed empty because I've missed my chance of growing it, But I think sometimes filling in that gap with things, and it's perfect, especially spring onions. And I sow so many spring onions just to fill in all the little gaps and bits and bobs, because if you have a bit of a pest problem, at least you've got piles of spring onions, and you can't go wrong with them, can you?
No, definitely.
Yeah, but I have a whole bunch of seeds here that I've just been collecting, that companies keep offering to send them. Hyacinth beans, I finally got those planted because I want to get those up in my orchid house. I'm planting
orchid house
for my mom.
Well, sorry. Oh, they like our broad bean. They like our broad
beans. Yeah, broad beans.
Chives, because this is about the easiest thing we could grow here. red okra,
Right.
Ah.
regular okra, white sage.
Some of those things we don't. I was going to buy the okra, but it was out of stock on Real Seeds when I looked. I think this is probably the right time as well to prep. I just seen another saying about what we could sow. I've actually prepared this, so everything on the screen here now, you could sow now if you want to. Find some. Go on, Tony. Find something on there that I'm lying about. No, but everything on there at the moment you can sow. I think people seem to worry about January quite a lot and think like, oh, you can grow things in January. You can. They just take a little bit. They're just a bit slower. And some things you do need to sow. Like I always sow my petunias, lobelia, and all now as well because they need that time. And especially onions and peppers and chilies, they just take so long. And I'm doing aubergines. I swore down I wasn't going to do aubergines again this year. I've tried and tried and tried. I give up. And then I seen these ones and I thought, okay, I'm growing them then, am I? So I think sometimes I prioritize the tomatoes too much in the polytunnel. Because they seem it's like a tomato. It's not a polytunnel, is it? It's somewhere we put all our tomatoes and we cram them all in. But this year I am going to prioritize things like melons more, cucumbers, and I'm going to prioritize aubergines.
My cucumbers did really well outdoors this year.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some huge varieties. They were just from Lidl, just a pack from Lidl, but they did really well outdoors.
You know what? Those little packs in Lidl, they're actually really good. Have you ever had
Really
them,
good.
Jane?
Honestly, I think all my carrots, most of the things I sow.
Oh, here he goes about his carrots again.
I pick them up from Lidl. Seriously.
Yeah. Again, Lidl is what you call, is it a budget supermarket? I love it.
Used to be.
Over here, Emmanuele, and they just sell racks of seeds in the springtime for how much? 50p?
Very cheap.
I think the 29p. I think the 29p
right.
a
Okay.
packet.
Yeah. So you don't get the variety or necessarily what you might desperately want, but you get a good selection of things. But Stephen's just said over at Urban Buffalo, it's gone, about the okra having absolutely beautiful flowers, you know, and so again, not growing it necessarily for the okra, but for the flowers, like you're saying, Emmanuele.
Mainly because it's pretty. Lots of the things I grow is mainly for it's pretty. One of the things I'm actually wanting to start growing this, let alone this right now or next year, is I want to get my hands into some more rare house plants type things. Like we have a Monstera albo that I'm wanting to grow. They're so pretty. Once they grow bigger, you could grow them outside. Like you could plant them outside and they'll do fantastic. But I'm gonna grow mine inside. And if they do perfectly fine, they'll shoot out pure white leaves that look so pretty. And so what we grow at the nursery is Monstera deliciosa, which is the variety that gives you the weird scaly fruit. But here the Monstera deliciosa, the variegated one, runs for thousands of dollars, and I'm not gonna do that one.
Wow.
I'm gonna do the regular albos, which does run for hundreds of dollars, but I do have someone I know that grows them, and we're probably gonna pay for an order for the nursery to sell them at the nursery.
Oh wow,
they're really popular right now.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
Amia's a bit of you love your flowers, don't you, Amia?
Yeah, I love it when they get those fenestrations.
I pushed the boundaries on my plots this year, especially the fig and olive. There was a lot of flowers on there, and I didn't regret it. I think a lot of it was the farmer grease. See that bloomed a lot really well as well. So,
nice.
But
I couldn't do it without flowers. But then I've got the space to be able to do them. But yeah, it's just lovely.
I understand with plots, and if you've got a certain amount of space, then just stick to marigolds. Use flowers that you're gonna deter the pests. But I have got that space.
I have a 22-year-old bird of paradise at home. It's 22.
Oh wow! How big is it?
It's pretty big. I mean, it's about 4 foot tall, and it flowers every year. So
is that your Did you buy it yourself, or have you bought it as an older plant?
Yeah, I bought it from a friend whose mum sowed it from seed, and then moved into a care home, and so I thought I took it on, and I do need to probably repot it and maybe separate it now because it is getting really, really big. But they flower so well when they're pot bound.
Yeah.
When they flower a lot. But every year around sort of early spring, we get orange flowers. That it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going into that territory now, and I knew it was going to come up. Which tomatoes are you growing this year, and are they blight resistant? I think most of them, if they got like crush on the end, I showed that one saying cocktail crush, that's blight resistant. I've actually bought, because like I just mentioned just now about, I'm not going to prioritize the, I'm saying all this and then I will, but I'm not prioritizing the polytunnel for tomatoes. That's why I've decided that I'm going to dedicate 2 beds to outdoor tomatoes this year. I am going to do some Crimson Crush. I did another blight resistant as well. I cannot remember, but I've got about 3 or 4 blight resistant tomatoes that I'm going to put out this year onto the plot. And yeah, but there is quite a few. But yeah, they've got crush on the end. I did one before. I can't remember what it was called. It was like I can't remember, but it was brilliant. They are. You'd be quite shocked, especially Crimson Crush, how much they do taste really nice, and they produce really well as well. So yeah. So someone has just asked, sorry Jane, there's a question for you here as well. Go on, answer that one first about the tomatoes, because I'm always curious what Jane's growing.
Oh, I thought
are you going to grow with Heinz this year, Jane?
I'll
send you a
had a bit of an issue. I've had I dried them all out. Loads of my seeds, because I keep a load of my tomato seeds for the following year, and I put them in kitchen roll. And so they were completely dried out. And then I took them to the allotment and put them in the greenhouse, still in the kitchen roll, just under the leaky window. And so I went up and the kitchen roll was wet, but fortunately the seeds weren't sprouting because it's been so warm. You can imagine that they would. So I brought them home in my jacket pocket. The long and short, I was taking Rocky out for a walk. I didn't have a bag for his things that we go out for walks with. So I put my hand in my pocket, found a lovely thing of kitchen roll, picked up the offending item and put it in the bin. And I think that was my Heinz tomatoes. So in a long-winded way, I don't think I am going to be growing it again this year because I can't guarantee that the seeds aren't in the bin. But yeah, that's such is life. Such is life. It
is what it is, Jane, isn't it?
It is.
It's classic, Jane. But Jane, there's a question here for you, though. What space do you have to grow, Jane?
Quite a sizable allotment, quite big. I can never tell you what it is in rods. I still don't understand them, but I think I've said to you before, Dan, it's about 30 foot wide, 150 foot long. I
always thought it was wider than that as well.
It might be. I'm trying to think. We've got a central...
Well, you've got 3 greenhouses, haven't you? That's the full length.
Yeah, so that's 18. Yeah, I suppose you're right there. 18 foot. Probably about 20 foot wide, about 100 long, something like that. So yeah, quite a big space, but we've only got a tiny at home, so everything gets squeezed in at the allotment. But
Emmanuele, what about you for tomatoes? What are you doing? And now, if you start putting these fancy names on that we don't know,
miracle tomatoes,
miracle tomatoes,
miracle crush.
Right now I'm not growing any type of tomatoes because I don't have 100% the space, because I kind of went mayhem instead of planting lots of different fruit trees and miracle berries and this and that. And so I kind of running out of space. However, I do get 2 varieties, which is like a purple one and then the green zebra one, but that's it. I have grown other ones like the yellow pears and the regular red ones, but I've never been really so big on growing tomatoes. I just grow them here and there whenever I actually do, because I suck at growing tomatoes. Like, I've tried multiple times, and with our heat and our constant moisture, they suffer down here. So
oh, bless you. Oh, we're fed up with tomatoes, yeah. You can't do that in the Great Britain. Everything is about tomatoes. Everything.
But after a while, you do sort of towards the end, you just get fed up and you just want to literally just remove the whole lot. That's what I did at the end. Because
I'm craving them at the moment, though. I think because there's so much Christmas food being going on.
Yeah.
I just say, I just want a nice fresh tomato. So already I'm thinking it's going to be a while yet. But the thing is, the ones that are coming out as blight resistant now, if our summers are going to continue getting as wet and warm, we're going to end up like Emmanuele.
We're going to end up with all these crushes.
Yeah. But we are having to adapt. We keep saying, it's been an odd year, but we've been saying that for the last few years now. And I think a lot of our growing practices are going to have to adapt to accommodate that, Yeah,
I find as well with growing conditions, my because this year I'll be planting in my home garden as well. And I'm only a mile away from my allotment, but because it's a south facing garden, it's a real sun trap, and we get so many different. I've got bananas and palms as well, hardy palms, but definitely more of that this year hopefully as well. But completely different growing conditions. I struggle with certain veg, but some things just do really well at home. So I'll be doing more of that this year.
Sorry, I don't. Did that just beep on it? I'm sticking to my usuals, my Heinz 1350. I love them. I absolutely love them. I don't know why people say that they don't, but I think they're a fantastic tomato. I'm going to be doing a lot more of the canning ones. I think that's where I'm going towards my tomatoes. I'm doing the odd one, but I know, Emmanuele, you said that you was doing. Oh, Emmanuele, you're doing your homework, are you, while we're here?
One more time, sorry.
You're doing your homework, are you, while we're on the live? I guess you're writing something down.
Yeah, I was writing because someone suggested for tomatoes, so I wrote it down.
I do that all the time.
Tim's Taste of Paradise. Is that it?
Is that it?
That is beautiful. I did that this year. That was really nice. I might send you one seed, Danny.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one. Oh God, Jane, I'll never live that down.
He sent me one Heinz 1350 seeds. I'll send you some. One. It wasn't even two. It wasn't even a couple, but it came.
She opened the packet and it was one seed. I think I was sabotaged.
Yeah. At least I got it. At least it came through.
And how many do you really need, Jane?
Like more than one.
Someone just put a little comment up as well saying, I think it was something about the wedding, which I thought was really nice. Saying, I think it was, I can't. Oh yeah, here it is. So the comment was saying, my daughter is getting married in March, and as I've asked for me to try and do the confetti, that's quite a nice thing to do. I'm doing more flowers and on the plot this year. I went to a wedding last year, the year before, and they had this like little. They made all their confetti because they didn't want to be, put in plastics or all the inks and all into the confetti and stuff. And they had this they made all their confetti as well out of leaves, so it was quite an autumnal wedding. And they had this. I think I've got let me show you. So they got this little punch thing. So maybe you should get one of these. So you can basically just put your leaves and things inside here, and it punches confetti out of like leaves and. Yeah, so you can make your own out of that. So I just thought I'd show you that because...
Must take a while.
One
at a time.
Yeah, Jane. Some people are dedicated to the cause, Jane.
I would make sure that you grow a really good, hefty rose type. Some sort of rose with loads of petals this year, like a damask rose or something that's got petals really crammed in. And you'll have plenty of time to dry them over next winter. So by March... Because there's nothing more beautiful than having rose petals. I know they'll all be shrunken and everything, but yeah, I went to a wedding this year where they did that. And it was just lovely, really lovely. And they keep the colour quite well if you go for the dark ones. So
I was just about to talk about this now because you mentioned the green striped tomatoes. Anyone growing green tomatoes? They freak me out. I like all the colours of tomatoes, purples, blacks, and all in between the striped ones and things, but those green tomatoes, I think it might have been Linda or Cheryl or someone tried to give me some of those, the green zebra ones. Yeah. I just don't, to me, because I think it's because I'm programmed to think that a green tomato is not done. It's not ripe, so it doesn't appeal to me at all.
It's knowing when they're ripe that's a problem. It's like Brad's atomic grape. If you get them and they're perfect ripe, they're beautiful, but actually trying to work out when they are.
No, I'm a pro. I'm a pro at this. From my experience in the medical world,
Yes.
you grab that grape, and you just gently squeeze it like this, Jane.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
if it-
nightmares now, Danny. Nightmares.
And that's with a Brad's atomic. Honestly, I just think once they're a little bit squeezy, I know they're done.
Move on. Move on.
That's my technical analysis of how I find out.
Okay. Okay. What?
Someone has said, I know, I'm just looking at that. Do you get Watties, Danny? Way better sauce than Heinz.
Oh, I've not heard of Watty. Is it sauce? That must be a type of sauce.
Lock,
sauce?
even if that was the best sauce in the whole world, I would never leave Heinz. I am a Heinz fan all the way through.
It's just sugar. It's just sugar. It's pure sugar, Heinz. It's a shocking percentage of sugar in it.
Jane, I won't have it talked about on my live like that. That's too negative. Oh, that's really nice. So he says, Monty Don sowed Sweetpeas for his son's wedding. Have a look at Zoe. She does a lot of flowers for weddings. Oh. See, this is what I like about these lives. Sometimes you'll just pick up information that you just would never get, would you?
100%. Yeah, definitely.
And Sweetpeas are so prolific.
And he says the Tigerella toms that I grew this year were fab. One of my favourite tomatoes
they are nice.
grow is Tigerella. Someone has said, Danny, is that legal? What did I do?
Was that the tomato?
Oh, I think you're I think.
only if I got my scrubs on. There was someone else earlier on who asked this question as well, so it's not that I'm ignoring it. I'll just put this one on because I've just seen both of them. So chili, I think the one that they asked earlier on was what chili varieties for a new grower. I wouldn't overcomplicate if you're a new chili grower, or I would just stick to like a cayenne or jalapeno or something like that. And just
I do find the cayennes are really easy.
And I do always, I understand these people say like, oh, we'll grow this chili because it's like, it's super hot and it'll burn your mouth. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand.
But you can't. If you don't understand it, you can't comment on it.
That's what I mean. I don't understand. So I think I like a little bit of heat in a curry and things. Amir, you like it volcanic.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I couldn't. These ones where they have like these extra dragons on them and all that. I think,
I mean, Annie, she grows a lot of Scotch bonnet, and that's quite easy. But
yeah,
I mean, they are hot, but
they're very hot.
Oh, our Annie though, she's hard as nails. She's
so nice.
She's a tough lady, Annie.
A pro.
She's watching this, chuckling now with a cup of tea. You are. Digwell just said Heinz is only 25%.
Only.
Thanks for calling me sugar.
Dear.
Yeah, I do like it. It's a little treat to mine. I think this is the time now where we'll show a bit of let's show some harvests that other growers have. Amia, let's have a look at yours. Look at these lettuces that you grew. I was really impressed with this. So I don't know why you was knocking me with the Instagram pictures, Amia, but I remember this picture, right? And do you know this little gap by you? Oh, that was killing me, Amia. That was killing me.
Yeah, do you know the Lola Rossa just kept coming back? And the green ones, they were little, I think, called round lettuce, and they did really well. But
Amia works in Little everyone. You can tell, can't you? He's plugging them right, left, and centre.
But the Lola Rossa, though, seriously, that just keeps keeps growing. Like, it's amazing.
I'm going to be controversial. I'm not keen on the taste of the Lola Rossa. I felt that, and not the ones I've grown have always been. There's a little bit bitter.
I think if you pick them quite early and just keep picking, that's what I tend to do.
Yeah.
Because if they can, but early and just keep picking, they tend to be quite. Yeah, less sort of bitter. But I had loads of really nice lettuce. Yeah, this year. Lots of the Little Gem as well. The Little Gem is brilliant.
Oh, Little Gem, gorgeous. Yeah.
They're the devil in my polytunnel. I love them. They're my favorite. Yeah. They are my favorite lettuce to grow. to eat rather.
Yeah.
But to grow, they fight me every year. I don't know how I'm sowing them wrong. I've been trying for years.
Is it too hot? Is it too hot in the
I don't. Maybe.
Cool weather, don't they?
I always buy now my little gems as plug plants because I can grow all the other lettuces, but those little gems, they fight me every year.
Yeah, outside they seem fine, like literally.
Do you directly sow them outside?
I put them outside, and also I interplant my lettuce. I always put garlic in, even if it's just for green garlic. I always put garlic in between, just to get put off the pests like slugs. Yeah. And it really works. So
maybe I'll try direct sowing outside. I am actually changing my ways. I'm going to be growing a lot more carrots, Amir, so you'll be happy. I'm changing my channel anyway. I'm going to be showing a lot more robins.
Yeah.
I might get an horse for the field.
Yeah, all the butterflies.
I've got your apron. I've already got your apron. And I probably got a few flat caps in the wardrobe. But
you'd have to have a bobble on your flat cap. We wouldn't know who you were.
They think I was chimney sweeping. Someone just said, what about bell peppers? I love King of the North. To me, that's the best pepper ever. You do get them later on in the season. So if you want them for summer, they're like a no-go. But they're really good for like, they've got so many. King of the North, I'd highly recommend. Especially if you've got like I know this sounds daft, but up in the north. They're perfect. I remember I sent Niall Gardens because his climate was a little bit different and he grew them and he had amazing cropping as well. I am going to be growing those ones, like I said, the pop tea.
Yeah.
But the King of the North to me is always like it's a no-brainer for me for the UK climate.
I grew a purple one this year called Tequila, and that was really prolific, like lots. And it wasn't very thick, but it was but there was just lots of it. Like it
indoors or outdoors, Amir?
I'm in the greenhouse. Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. I just again don't have much luck with them at all, but I don't really look after them like the aubergines, just.
I didn't with the King of the North. I put them in that mini polytunnel at the back, and I remember opening it up in about August, and they were all there, and I didn't even know. I forgot all about them, and I had so many peppers. But I have problems with like Wigs and things like that going inside them, and once they start going in, they're a bit of an annoying. So someone have just said King of the North and California Wonder. I did both of them actually. That's the ones that I did. But yeah. Oh, also while we're at it, while everyone's watching, if you was the not that I'm bitter about this, but if you was the couple of subscribers that left me on Christmas Day, I hope you get blight this year. I hope you do. Because I thought, what a lovely Christmas present to me.
Oh, yeah.
They thought that today's the day. Christmas Day, they sat there with the unscribe button. I thought, unsubscribe. I thought, honestly, turn me bitter that. Well, we get blight. And if you do this year, remember what I said. Don't come back. No.
Yeah.
Stella just said, Daddy. I stand by it, Stella, honestly. Christmas Day. God.
I know. Well, that's
goodwill to all men, I say. Goodwill.
That's welcome to my world. That is.
Kerry's saying hi. I was probably her, I expect. She was sat there with an evil laugh. Honestly, Christmas Day, I looked at my phone. I thought we just lost 6 subscribers on Christmas Day. I wasn't going to bring the number up, but I knew he'd be one of them. Don't worry, I'll resubscribe in April the 1st. What, April Fool's Day? No, I don't want your trade.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Emmanuele, what are you going to? What's your plans now? Then you've got your fruit orchard in. You're turning it into a tropical paradise. What's next? What's next for you with your channel?
For the channel, of course, it's just to do more videos on food forestry, since that's the branch I decided to settle in. Food forestry or permaculture, that's the type of style of gardening we do, which is sustainable, edible gardening. That's technically what I mainly want to do. When it comes to a food forest, there's not much of change, to be quite frankly honest, unless like a tree dies. But there's not big of a change when it comes to a food forest. You kind of plant it, leave it alone, it grows, and then you're going to have a constant harvest. And so like over there at the farm or the acres of land that my business partner has, it looks stunning. It's so pretty when it's full peak. You just see racks of bananas everywhere, papayas.
Oh, poor. I
Everything.
feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you.
It's
You you and Kerry on Dog on the Plot would get on well, the pair of you.
Yeah.
Honest to God, the smallest violins I got for them, too, honestly. You two are poor me. Kerry's exactly the same. Oh, there you are. So,
but definitely moving forward. Thank you. Yeah, definitely for the channel. What I definitely want to do, because it's been in April, it's going to be 5 years that I've been documenting my journey on YouTube, let alone not considering everything else, because TikTok, that platform has been a miracle to me. The algorithm over there is
I'm too old for TikTok now, Emmanuele. We're all old.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
Film educative videos, you'll never be too old for that, especially on TikTok. It's
Jane's still on that CB radio. CRB, what's it called, Jane? What was your handle, Jane? What was your handle on there?
I'm not even going to go there.
I bet you had one, didn't you, Jane?
No.
Talking to Mike over there, Alpha Bravo Charlie.
No.
So if we're at it, right, let's just do a good thing here. So Claire over at the Veg Plot Thickens, she lost a sub over Christmas. So do me a favor, pop over to her channel, not now, after this live, and give her a couple of subscribes with you, and also do the same to Amia. And if you want it to Jane, Emmanuele, obviously you can do, because we've showed all his tropical plants, and pour him, Kerry Dog in the Plot, do her as well. Don't do Steve Digwell. Yeah. We're going off at a tangent now.
Oh. YouTube's out. I mean, my daughter does TikTok.
Yeah, Tony.
She's
I
good.
just looked since my channel started. I've lost 75,090 subscribers.
I can't even.
Tony, what video was that? I want to know what video, Tony, that was.
Wow.
I didn't have the 8-track stereo, Steve. I did have the cassettes that you always got stuck, and you had to wind them back with the pencil, So yeah, still got them.
Still use them, I expect. Jane, you do like your you're not a big gadget person, though, are you?
It depends what you mean by gadgets.
Like microphones.
Yes, I've got more technical. I would say in the last 12 months than ever before.
Yeah.
So I know my way around my equipment now. And
say that though, you have got that irrigation system and all in now, haven't you? And so
I've got a leaky hose pipe.
Oh, what's happened now?
Here we go. What? No, what do you mean? No, I mean the leaky hose pipe in the polytunnel. Whatever you call it. What do you call it? Soaker hose.
It's supposed to leak though, isn't it?
Yes. So I've got one of them. That's my irrigation system. But the water butt that feeds it is the gravity feed isn't enough. So I spoke to you about this, Annie. We need to either get a pump rigged up, or we need to sort of get the IBC tank raised a bit, to give it a proper flow. So yeah, it's that would be good. But yeah, not really technical. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about you, Danny. You are the most technical person. You love your gadgets.
Yeah.
You can't get moved for gadgets. Look behind you now. You've got a little unearthing on your head.
No, it says I can actually turn that to no hair. I've actually got a nice big fancy sign. A sign that's going up here. So thank you, Locke. I was going to bring that up on one of the videos, but Locke actually fully funded that light from behind there.
Aww.
Yeah, he did. Really? So there's a light.
Good.
There's like a light going up here for the live, and every single donation of Locke's has gone into that light. So thank you so much, Locke. I was going to mention on the next. It ain't coming yet though. So when it does, yeah. But I do love a gadget. It's not so much about making it easier though. I just find it. People
You're just
wonder, like,
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. And I also think it's not, for me, the gadgets are not to make it easier for a gardener. It gives me more time to do other things. So instead of me spending, after I've done a 12-hour shift at the hospital, I don't want to be over there watering 2 allotment plots on a summer's evening. I'll go over there, press the button, it'll water. It's all energy through the summer that's been stored in a battery that'll irrigate it all. And then I can sit out there and enjoy and weed and plant and do other things. And I think that's how you should be for Locke just done his classic thumb at.
It's not a proper gardening thing.
What does that mean?
Because you're meant to suffer. You've got to suffer for your garden. And if that means walking around with a watering can for 6 hours a day.
Jane, I suffered Christmas Day, mine. I lost 6 subscribers while I was eating my turkey. I've suffered enough. I have suffered enough.
I think making YouTube videos is penance enough for anybody, isn't it? Really?
Honest to God, Jane, I was sat there eating my dinner and I looked at it. I thought, I'll have a little quick look now at how the Christmas video's going. You've lost 6. I thought, my dancing ain't that bad. And I thought, well, bloody Nora. Honestly, I didn't even put mint sauce on my dinner. I was that annoyed about it.
Oh.
But they came back, whoever it was. In the next couple of days, they all come back.
I don't know what goes on. It just goes up and down. Mine fluctuates all the time, Yeah. As you know. So.
Yeah. I don't. Jane, you have been around for a while, though, Jane.
Round the block a few times. Yes.
You've been round the plot a few times. You have. Honestly.
I have. Yeah.
Successional Jane. That's what you should be called.
It's yeah. Still haven't got the hang of it.
What?
We're on camper vans now.
Well, this is the thing, Tony. Were they different? I think they were different subs. Or there's 6. I'm not going to keep going on about this.
I think.
Or there were 6 people who thought it was a sick joke to do that on Christmas Day. And if I had to guess who would do such a thing, would be Jane Kelly, Tony O'Neill.
Yeah.
Probably Steve Digwell with his 3 channels.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not mentioning the other person.
It was.
But I mean, it might have been Ali as well, because she's got a bit of a dark sense of humour.
I think the fact that you've only lost 7 on one video.
No,
is
6,
pretty
Jane.
good.
It was 6.
6. Sorry, 6. Yeah. That's quite good.
There you are. Thank you, Linda. Join my channel. Subscribe to me. Thanks for ruining my Christmas.
Yes.
It would never be Gemma. Gemma is loyal to the cause. You only got 5 friends. They had friends who done that to me Christmas Day. I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all ready now. I think we haven't even talked about sowing seeds that much, have we? Let's be honest. This has been a complete travesty. I'm fully sowed for now, but my next things is going to be the polytunnel. I got pressure from last year. I sowed that polytunnel out, and I looked like a right professional YouTuber last May. I looked like I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was growing everything. It all looked lush and green. I need to do it again this year, so the pressure's on a little bit. What about you, Jane? Are you gonna be organised this year?
Mm-hmm.
I reckon. I got faith, Jane.
There's organisation and there's organisation, isn't there? This comes back actually to, people saying, "Oh, you've got to sow things now, and you've got to sow things." There's no got to's about gardening. We all find our own ways. We all plant in different ways. Some things work, some things don't. Lots of things don't most of the time. But yeah, I think people are too strict about having to do things there and then and do it this way. And like you were saying before about planting from starts, Emmanuel, or plug plants, as we were saying. Why is that not proper gardening? Why the fact that you're going out and growing something, there seems to be, it's almost like a snobbery. And that seems like quite a strong word to use, but I can't think of another one just at the minute. But about, I do mine from seed. Like I was joking with you then about I water properly. I don't just press them. Everyone does it in their own way.
I think sometimes people forget what we're doing. I think, I know people are watching us doing it, but we are still gardeners as well. So we need to really enjoy it. And sometimes I do things and people are comment saying, I wouldn't have done that. And I always say, that's right. That's right, Jeff. You wouldn't. And that's why this is the Grapevine Garden is my channel.
Yeah.
I want it to be Jeff's channel. And I think it should be individual. And I think some people will take things from your channel and they'll incorporate to this. That's really lovely. But I think sometimes just go out there and enjoy. I'm actually going to be trying something new this year. And and I don't even know if this is a thing, but I've actually it's been on my mind for a few weeks now, Jane. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm going to because I don't want to. I've just seen
You lost a few subs.
I've just seen about the subs again. And I'm trying to stay from it, but I'm going to be doing something called spiral gardening. So instead of me doing everything in rows, because my beds are quite like this, I'm gonna be planting like this, so that when the flowers and everything comes up, it'll be a bit of a permaculture. Everything will be all looking after each other, and I think that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm not going to be doing this. I'm going to do some lettuces in a row, but I'm also going to be doing a bit of my garden is going to look very, very Willy Wonka this year. That's what it's
Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
Wonky
I'm gonna have swirly Lola Rosses going around the one way, and then green ones going there, and then I'm gonna really take some time planning and making it look like I know what I'm doing again this year, but I don't. Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter if you get wonky vegetables.
No.
Because it's part of the theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
It's
except for when you're trying to peel a wonky piece of veg. It does weighs a little bit thin, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
I hardly ever peel veg. Hardly ever. Usually peels of potatoes, carrots, parsnips, squash. I very, very rarely peel it unless it's really marked. You know, it's fine. You know, so.
Yeah, nice and rustic. Just
Yeah.
Locke said that he's doing melons in the next few days.
Okay.
I actually, Jane, I don't know if you've actually seen Locke's garden. I actually seen it on the Discord, and God, Locke knows what he's doing. Let me tell you.
Oh, now come on, now.
Don't you start on Locke, Jane? That's you. You started on Hines. You've now started on Locke. I won't have it.
Listen, I just want to know, what Discord have you seen Locke's garden on? Because I can't work Discord out at all. Is it?
I do struggle with that because I do think it's quite that Discord format.
Yeah,
it's quite old fashioned to me. It reminds me of like something that would be in like the 90s. And but I understand why people use it, but I struggle with it. I really, really struggle with it. And
no, because I'd love to see Locke's garden.
Locke,
I
think Locke should come on you.
I think he
did, if he did that, Jane, how would he send me $10?
Hey, no.
And then annoy you.
Locke, put your mouth where your money
is. Hey, this is a
Oh, there we
go. Locke, she's asking to fight her now. My money's on Locke. Locke's money is on Locke, let me tell you now.
Hey. You see it, thumbs up. He's coming on. Get that man.
I would love to have Locke on this. I would. There's quite a few that I'm going to be putting on in the next couple of months, and I'm going to ask Terry King. I'm saying I'm going to ask Terry King.
Terry's lovely.
Definitely, you have to.
You got to come on now because I've said no, but I'm trying to catch up with the Queen. Yeah, but I'm going to try and get Terry King. I think he'd be great on you. There's quite a few that's come forward since and said, Jane, are you right there? Oh, she's replying. She said, if you send in Locke abuse, I won't have it, Jane. No. Team Locke, that's where we are.
Sending you abuse. Linda keeps blocking me.
That's right. Locke. Team Locke, if you want to come on here, send me an email. You can come on and you can have a fight off with Jane. I'll leave and I'll just leave you two on the live.
There we go. There we go.
But yeah, I do think that Locke should come on. Someone just mentioned about square foot gardening. I know Terry King does a lot of that as well. So maybe that's something we could talk about with Terry. But I've looked into it, but I get too tempted to put more things.
Again, it's quite rigid. If you've got a small space and you need
perfect.
It's perfect.
I know Steve Digwell, he did it as well, and I think Muddy Boots, Nigel, he's done it as well. But
you can prove how much you can grow in a very small space, but if you don't need to, have a go. But if you don't want to,
I like a bit of airflow, me. I like a little bit. I like a bit of.
I'm not going to say anything, Danny.
I like it.
Say anything.
That would be brilliant to have Locke. I think it'd be brilliant if we have Locke on. And I have actually talked to Jane about this, haven't I, Jane, about having two YouTubers and then every now and again having someone where Jane is as a viewer. I don't see why a viewer, just because they haven't got a channel or they don't want to edit videos or create like that, if they've got the knowledge and stuff like that, and if you do, you know, you feel like you could do a live and stuff, then I've set myself up now to have emails up, but I don't see why now and again.
That is a really good idea. That is
because on every now and
people
again.
share so much knowledge, don't they? And
just
amazing.
looking at the comments, like you just said, Danny, that's something that someone said in the comments.
Wouldn't know.
Exactly. So, you know, it's not just coming from us at all. You know, the comments are so valuable because we all learn.
Jane, I always say to you, we are just gardeners with a camera, and that's all we are, aren't we? That's all I say. When people think that they're more, we're not. We're just YouTube. We're YouTubers. We're just gardeners with a camera. That's all we do differently is we film it and we share it with everyone else. That's the only thing different. But I personally think if anyone feels that they want to come on, I think Robin Miller should come on. I think Robin Miller should definitely come on. That'll be the start of it because she's going to be starting the channel soon. So she's going to win. I personally think every now and again we should have a viewer on as well. So if you want to, send me an email. Also, if you are a YouTuber and you want to come on and join one of the lives, feel free to email me as well. And my email's I'll put my email in the description of this after it or whatever. But yeah, pop along and join us all. And I might even, and even if you want to come on and meet the famous Jane Kelly, then I do rent her out every now and again. So
yeah.
We're actually at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Can you believe this? I cannot believe this has been such a casual chat.
Hold on. Linda's put a really interesting comment down there. I don't know if you can see that one, Danny. Oh, wouldn't you know?
Jane, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm doing a live next Tuesday at 7 p.m. No, I'm not. I'm not. So pop along to Jane's live next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Also, while we're at it, I'm on Eli and Kate's channel tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So if you want to come along to that, pop over. I'm sure I'll be very quiet. I won't mind. I'm not going to mention the 6 subs on there. So so thank you everyone for watching tonight. We'll be back again next week. Let me quickly have a look. I've not prepared who's on, but I know I got a feeling it is. I just want to confirm. We've got some good guests on next week. Not like Jane. We've next. Oh, it is Jane. Jane, are you on there? Sorry, everyone.
I think you've not told me.
All right, Jane Kelly. So next week we've got Tony O'Neill on, Jane Kelly, and Nigel Muddy Boots coming on. So the 3 of them will be on. We got it's going to be called the Relics. The YouTube Relics are on tomorrow. The dinosaurs are on tomorrow. Next week, Tony O'Neill, Nigel Muddy Boots, and Jane from Jane's Growing Garden. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Thank you, Emmanuele. Thanks, Amia. Thank you, Jane. Also, go over after you finish the live, give a subscribe to their channel, and we should all see you again soon.